late into the night. Pieces fit just right. Heartbeats taking flight. In the morning light. Piece by piece we go. With each step we grow. Together we know. Puzzling joy will show. Glowing joy will show. Will show. Joy will show. Joy will show. 8 hands flying fast. Colors brightly clash. Pieces locked they mash. Time you cannot dash. Edge and corner find. Patterns in your mind. Joy in each line signed. Erase it, you'll not mind. Piece by piece we go. With each step we grow. Together we know. Puzzling joy will show. Laughter fills the air. Friends beyond compare. Pictures start to pair. Love and fun we share. Piece by piece we go. With each step we grow. Together we know. Puzzling joy will show. Laughter fills the air. Friends beyond compare. Pictures start to pair. Love and fun we share. Late.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's competition. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me all right? All right, great. Sorry for the late start. Had to take a bit of a lie down and yeah, time got away from me. So hi Fruji, thanks for joining me this evening.
Hello, hope you're feeling a little bit better.
Thank you. Usually distraction helps a bit, so I'll be focused for the next 2 hours. Yeah, so we are having a 50 plus competition this evening. So yeah, we look forward to see the rising stars of speed puzzling and hopefully a new podium tonight, maybe meet some new people. Welcome to our followers on YouTube. Great to have you with us. So we are at that time where we can unwrap the puzzle. So remember, if you'll keep participating in the party and you want to keep your wrapping paper for some creations on Thursday night, yeah, so you can go ahead and unwrap. But if you're going to make a creation out of it, try not to destroy it on the way. And yeah, this one has some pretty strong stickers on there, so you'll want to slice those as well.
Ooh, is that a hay?
Yes. So
Looking good.
Yeah, Heye, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It's a German brand. Yeah, so just check that the lid comes off easily and put the back in the middle of the table.
Looks like it's going to be a very colorful puzzle.
Yeah, so while people are still unwrapping, we had a theme tonight, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
We asked our participants, what skills do you think you need personally to be a faster puzzler? So, how about yourself, Fuji?
Oh, it's probably being a little bit more organized in general. I tend to also be someone who like sinks into the complete chaos puzzling of like reaching for 5 things at once. So that's something that I have to work on, but pretty much just to be a little bit more disciplined, because like it kind of belongs to also being organized. Like it's very, very hard for me. Like I like pretty much the way I puzzle is that I look through the entire pile and then pick out always the pieces that I recognize, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they belong to the same place. So I have like 10 different things in my hand and then I just reach for like everything. So that's what I think slows me down a lot as well, because I have to like move like so many different things around. That's one thing that I have been working on.
Yeah, we'll see how organized our puzzlers are today. So I just want to remind everybody, since we have the first time to do 50 plus with the new system, I think everybody has registered by now. We have 90 registered.
90.
That sounds pretty right. Yeah, so at the moment it says 2 hours. No, there is no done button yet, because you can't click done. It hasn't started. So basically it says 2 hours, and at the moment that I say that the competition starts, that then the screen changes. Instead of saying 2 hours, it starts counting up from 0, and then just a little bit below the timer there will be the done button. So yeah, and for some reason, if in case this doesn't work for some reason, then just write done in the chat. But at the last competition on Sunday, it worked perfectly. So okay, we are going to be ready to go in a moment. Let me just double check. Okay, so the time limit is 2 hours. Let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody.
And off we go. Yes. Before you tell us about the puzzle, tell me, what do you think is a skill that you have to still work on for puzzling?
For me, using the left hand more. I feel that I use it towards the end, like when there's only like individual spaces to fill in, like then I can fill up my left hand and my right hand and I kind of place here and place there. But I think for the majority of it, I'm kind of just using it to hand my other hand pieces. But yeah, a bit more conscious of my left hand would be good.
Yeah, that is also a pretty good goal.
Yeah, so let's see what we have today. This is part of the Take a Trip series from Heye. So there's 4 puzzles in the series, all with the same background. We had one last time with full of like candy, donut monsters, and this one is yeah, has some cute animals on it instead. This one is from Jeremiah Ketner. And yeah, so 2 hedgehogs, a cat, what's that, a raccoon, maybe? A raccoon? A bunny? Tell me if what
I would say
animal that
it's a
is.
bunny. It
yeah,
has big ears.
yeah, it looks, I don't know, the stripy,
Oh, the brown one.
the stripy tail is putting me off.
Ah, I thought you were talking about the other one. No, it's probably a weird raccoon.
Yeah, so let's start in the middle of the alphabet today at N. N for Nadia.
Yes, people are wildly flipping for now. We're still only like less than a minute in, or around a minute in, so it's completely normal that people are still flipping their pieces. There are some sorting going on already as usual, mostly the edge pieces, but I can already see some colors being taken out in some screens around.
Yeah, so on screen we have, on the top left, we have Nadia from Indonesia, then Natasha from Austria, Nina from Slovenia. I think that's her first time to participate. We also have Nora from Finland. Well, we have 2 Noras, Nora H from Finland and Nora L from Finland, and Ramona from Switzerland.
Yes, looking good here. It might look like I'm not looking at the screen or paying attention. I have my phone on a separate on like a separate place where I can follow the YouTube stream as well, so that I can see the comments. Yeah, last time I was telling you that like the stream didn't really work, so I'm looking down, but like I'm not on my phone, but looking at the live stream.
Yeah, so running the Jigsaw Jams, we do need quite a few screens. I have 3 big screens in front of me, plus my phone.
Yeah, I actually also have multiple screens where I have other stuff that I am looking at, but like YouTube has been somehow not a friend of my laptop, along with like and going at the same time as the meeting. So yeah, it's the best solution so far that I got.
Yeah, so with us today we also have Rika from Denmark, Robert from Sweden, Ruth from Switzerland, Savina from Germany, and Sana from Finland, and Sana. Yes, we have 2 Sanas. Sana R and Sana V, both from Finland.
And also still some flipping going on. And as we always explain, like in 50+ competitions, this is not an age group. So this is the 50+ club, the rising stars of speed puzzling, who are still haven't completed a puzzle in under 50 minutes, more than 6 times. So these are people who are either new to speed puzzling or just not exactly among the fastest of the fastest. This is a special competition for them, also to like give them an opportunity to shine.
Yeah, and as we look at the pieces on the table, we can see, well, at least to me, there's some brown that stands out. The brown raccoon. Tell me what it is. It's got pointy ears. It looks cute. It might be a cat, but a cat with a stripy tail. I don't know. It's a confusing brown animal. It's got stars in its eyes. So there's some yellow stars in the green eyes. Yeah, and then also something interesting is the background. So there is a lot in the foreground. There's a lot of flowers that are like all over the place. You've got orange and pink flowers, yellow flowers, lots of green leaves. However, you can also look beyond that. You have the sky in the background, a big thick band of water, and then a thick band of sand. So that might be helpful if you get stuck on too much of the detail. Just kind of look beyond that into the background. That also, we might see some of that in the sorting as well.
I'm pretty sure that it's a cat or a cat squirrel.
It might be a squirrel.
Even though the squirrels don't have a stripy tail, but like it's a fantasy character, so it can be a squirrel.
A fantasy
it's a really,
animal.
really charming picture, though. Have you completed this puzzle already?
Yes, I have. I can double check my time. It was just some months ago already. This is the Take a Trip by Jeremiah. I did this in just under an hour, so 58 minutes 20.
Yeah, is it as tricky as what it seems like? Like, yes, there is like a very distinctive background, which I think helps you place most of the pieces, but the flowers might actually be quite tricky to do.
Yeah, when I remember it, I think I did the flowers last. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did the I think I did the animals first. So the brown animals, those stand out in the pile to me because the other colors are quite pastel-y colors, quite soft and quite colorful, whereas the brown to me stood out quite strong. And then after that, I think I tried to focus on the different backgrounds, so probably the sand background early on. But I remember at the end I had like a pink piece and I was like, oh, which flower does this belong to? Oh, there's a yellow piece, which yellow flower does that belong to? And kind of jumping around the puzzle. Yeah. So we also have with us today Sari from Finland, Simona from Germany, Siv from Denmark, Smilla from Sweden, Steffi H from Germany, and Susanna from Germany.
And we are about 7.5 minutes in. Most people are already assembling something. I can see that Sari is working out of the box actually. And some edges are already taking shape. Mostly the bottom edge, interestingly. Almost every screen that I see is mostly the bottom edge, which kind of makes sense in the sense that it's very dark compared to like the rest of the image. So I guess it's also easier to sort out.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely the lower edge is easier because you can see like those sky pieces. There's a lot of pieces, a lot of the border pieces have just blue on them. Some of them touch some of the flowers, and so you can kind of match up where the vines are or which flowers go, but there are lots of gaps in between. So we might see people building out the borders and then kind of shoving some blue pieces to the side to do later, as we see on Smilla's. Or maybe she just hasn't got to that part yet. But yeah, so at 8 minutes, yeah, most people have flipped and starting on the assembly.
Gotta Gaming on the YouTube stream is saying confident with raccoon for the brown lad. He's called Racco.
Okay. You can go with Racco the squirrel cat. So.
The squirrel raccoon. And their guess is 49.49 for a winning time. So just under 50 minutes. Then the puzzling model says 47.57. So people seem to be confident with a sub 50 as the first finisher, which I think is very possible as well. Even though this is a 50+ competition, it doesn't guarantee that people are going to be over 50 minutes. Like we do see finishers sometimes extremely fast. Also in the 50+ competitions, it is also for just beginners who are new to speed puzzling.
Yeah, it really depends on the puzzle. And yeah, we've had some easier puzzles recently. So this one is, yeah, I would say more like average difficulty. And also, in keeping in mind with Heye, they do have false fits. And you notice that on the solid color sections. So you might experience that in some of the sky. But here, this is a lot less sky compared to the other one, the one that we had last time with all the donuts. There were some larger sections of blue sky. And some people may remember the purple one, funny hedgehog that we had, like one of the earliest EJJs that had a big section of purple solid color, and that was a bit more difficult. But yeah, let's see who we've got. We've got with us Tammy from the USA. We have Tuli from Finland, Verena from Austria, Veronica from Germany, Vesna from Finland, and Willems from Latvia. Oh, and Veronica is doing some flowers.
Yes, I can see that. I also spotted that instantly. And then I also see that Vesna is probably also live streaming her competing tonight. From what I can see, I can spot her husband sitting next to her.
Yes, she did say that she would be live streaming this evening. And yeah, we can't, yeah, there's a bit of a bad connection on Willems. It's a bit blurry, but yeah, we can see now he has started on the border.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Tammy's going for the Racco.
And has the majority of the edge also already done.
All right, looking good.
Looking good here. And yes, I agree, Valentina, on the YouTube comments. This puzzle is adorable.
Yeah, I chose it because I thought it was easier, but once I mean, it's not terribly hard, but oh, hang on, that one's not there. But it is slower compared, you could say it's slower compared to some of the others that we've had recently. Yeah, so at the end of the alphabet, we have Ronnie and Zach. By the way, so Ronnie's from Switzerland and Zach is from the UK. And if we have time today, we're going to have a chat with Zach as well, find out what he's up to. And we found out today that he is actually organizing a marathon for the United Kingdom. So stay tuned for that, British folks. That's going to be a blast.
That very much made my ears perk up when I found out about it, that he's organizing a marathon. I'm always up for a marathon, and I'm willing to travel as well.
Start checking flights to England.
Yes. I'm anyway looking for excuses to go to England, so that would be a very good excuse.
Yeah, we also have Aaron from the UK, and Anna from Slovenia, Angelica from Germany. Oh, and Angelica is working on a 1,000 piece puzzle off to the side of a vintage world map, or like a ancient world map. And on the bottom right we have Annalise from Belgium working on some lovely pink flowers.
It has actually been very cool. Very cool. The last time when I was co-hosting one of the EJJs and we were marveling at Angelica's camera setup, she actually posted on Instagram what it looks like. And she has like a balcony inside her apartment, and that's where the camera is. So it's like fastened somehow to like the railing, but also has to be weighed down by flour. so that it stays up there. So she has an overhead camera that way, which is pretty funny.
Yes, it looked so professional the way she showed it, how it's like coming up from the balcony, from the mezzanine floor above. And then the next picture was basically a couple of like 1 kilo packs of flour weighing it down so the camera doesn't fall over. So that was very amusing. So thank you for sharing that with us, Angelica.
Yes, and I'm very jealous of that whole puzzling setup. It looks great.
Yeah, I mean, she has got a really good sized table and she's got a clean white background. And look, she can even just put a 1,000 pieces puzzle off to the side and still have space for a 500 piece puzzle.
Yes, that also makes me very jealous. And then I actually also like Zach's setup, like that black mat that he's using on the table also looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think depending on the puzzle, I mean, this one works well today because we have a lot of pastel colors, so it really pops on that black background. But I'm sure on some others with darker images, it could be a bit more challenging, but it's got a good overhead lamp there. And I can see he's been training for the Worlds with the butterfly, the dreaded butterfly off to the side. All right, yeah, looking good there. And Aaron's doing a great job there, starting at the bottom of the image, working on flowers and building his way up from the bottom.
Looking good. And Rika in the YouTube comments, I agree. I think you were saying you were guessing something like that with the setup on Angelica's table and camera situation. Let's look at some more competitors.
Yes, so we also have Anu from Finland, Beth from the UK, Bibi from Denmark, Birgit from Germany, and Karine from Netherlands, and Catherine from Luxembourg, our lovely co-host. This time she's puzzling.
This time she's on the puzzling side.
Yes, so Fuji, you can admire Catherine's table and her organized setup. They're looking very neat.
Yes, it does look extremely neat. That's exactly what I'm striving for. That's a very, very good skill.
And you can see exactly after she's finished what she's working on, she's got her next pile ready to go. And that's also like Birgit. Birgit always has her pieces organized on different boards. We can see she's pulled out the browns onto one board, but now she's working on the border.
Yes, she also has a great setup. That is probably also very, very good for like large puzzles, like multiple thousand pieces. At least it looks huge from the camera angle.
Yeah, no, that looks like an enormous puzzling table. And she has fantastic lighting there as well. So looking really good there. Yeah, so we can see Bibi has started on the cat, I believe. The cat is like a beigey with patches of brown. So that's the lighter part that she's done there. Whereas Beth has parts of the border done, and also some of the parts that are catching her eye. So the bunny is a bit of a bluish shade. So she's got like the blue patches of the bunny's face. It's like a blue and white bunny.
And I also want to highlight what Catherine wrote as a response to today's theme, which is what to practice and what skills you need for speed puzzling. She has a pretty comprehensive list of what you need for speed puzzling, which is good hand-eye coordination, being good at recognizing patterns, being able to distinguish between colors well, being accurate when placing the pieces, spatial thinking, and so much more. So yes, puzzling is about so much more than just putting the pieces into their place.
And so much more than just being faster of your hands. Like, yeah, there's so many different skills involved and things that you can learn. That's why I try to appreciate each puzzle for what it taught me, because there's always something you can learn from a puzzle, and it could just be like recognizing a certain texture better, or knowing when to, yeah, give up on a solid color section and switch to something else, or just how to organize your table better, knowing when to sort and when to just pull as you go.
Even in what order to solve the different things. Like back at the European Championship, for example, but any like big competition where you have a lot of people very close to each other finishing, like you can see that sometimes just by what sections you left last can determine like the different times that you have. Like especially during the, I think it was the pairs final at the European Championship, where the first place, Kati and Chiara, were working in just one spot, and the second place had almost the same amount of pieces as them, but they had them scattered all over the puzzle. So that actually changed their times, because Kati and Chiara could just focus on the one thing and they didn't have to move around too much. But with the other team, they had to scatter around. So that already takes away a lot of time. So like it's also like kind of strategical thinking in a way of how you put the image together.
Yeah, and that's always interesting, is to seeing where people start and how people finish. And I have to say, I really like the slogan of Peace Relax. At the first time I heard it, I thought, oh, it's a bit lame. You will always get there. But when you see how many different ways there are ways to approach a puzzle, and how many strategies there are, and even the top puzzlers will do things completely differently and kind of break the general rules, you know, like Christian will put pieces on top of his puzzle, and, you know, all these different things. It's like they all get there in the end. So
yes, exactly. It does play out the same way in the end. They all get there.
So on screen right now we have Catherine from USA, Connie from the Netherlands, Daniela from Germany, Daniela from Netherlands, Dietmar from Germany, and Dominic from Germany as well.
I also like what Catherine wrote, which is also like a very comprehensive list of what skills you need. And the first one for her was also organization, but then quick flipping, able to recognize colors and textures across the field or gather them quickly into a pile, shape recognition, some patience, determination, perseverance, and a positive mindset. And am I a teacher or what? Because she does teach children, so she is a teacher.
So a nice list there of points. Very good. Yeah, so now we're seeing some animals coming together. I like how Daniela J has got the Racco done, the completely brown Racco. We also have Daniela S working on the cat face. And Dietmar's done a great job there on the flowers in the bottom, on the bottom border. So I guess it's like a hedge with big blooming flowers, as opposed to the flowers throughout the image are more like on a creeping vine winding their way up the image. I actually quite liked, I think I did the bottom flowers quite late, and I actually quite enjoyed that. I was like, oh, I should have done that earlier. But the bottom row of flowers is definitely easier than the ones that are all like spread out over the image.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and Dominic's also doing a great job there with the brown animal. Oh, he's done the two hedgehogs as well. Yeah, so there's two little hedgehogs up kind of in the trees in the back, which are also very cute with the flowers.
They are kind of my favorite parts of the puzzle.
Yes, and a shout out to Catherine's timer. Her timer is a cow. It's like a kitchen timer in the shape of a cow. It's very cute. She shows it in all her puzzle images on stories on Instagram.
That's actually so super practical, because if you think about it, it's a mascot and the timer in one.
Yes, that's so true. Well, she has a walking mascot that sometimes climbs over her puzzle. But yes, that's a good one. That's a puzzle you can take with you to the Worlds and put on her. She can put on her table at different competitions.
Yes.
All right, so we have Dominic from Poland, Dora from Switzerland, Eliza and her sharks. Oh, I hope the sharks are coming out on Thursday. They were the shark party was were the stars of the last party, and we're having another party on Thursday night. If you didn't know, make sure you come back and watch. There will be a lot of fun and prizes for everyone. So for viewers and participants with different categories. So that's Eliza, she's from Estonia, and her happy little shark at the dining table. We also have Eric, the not so speedy speed puzzler. We have from the Netherlands, Everly from Estonia, and Fanny from Hungary. And I think Fanny's mascot is the character on the puzzle. She'll have to tell us what animal that is.
And I was on mute the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So yes, I want to give a special shout out to Fanny from Hungary, just for Hungary.
Have you been on a team with her?
No, actually not. We have met at competitions before, but I don't think we have puzzled together yet.
Yeah, she always has in all of her Instagram posts as well. She always has her little mascot on it as well. Hopefully, he will be there on Thursday as well. Oh yeah, so Elisa's doing a great job there on the animals. So she hasn't done any of the border at all. I think she's pulled them out and they're on a black tray off to the side. But yeah, she started with the biggest features of the puzzle, and yeah, now that she's got some really big islands there, she looks like she's switching to do the border. And you can also see she's kind of cleared like a rainbow of space. There's a nice arc of black space around her completed pieces where she can build into.
Yeah, that actually also looks very like efficient, to be honest. To have these islands and then kind of like burst out from there.
Yes. So what other skills are people wanting to improve on?
Well, one of the answers were just one word: focus, which I also very much like.
Yeah, that reminds me of Zach's reply. He said that he wants to stop from his mind from wandering, and then I immediately thought, what does your mind wander about during puzzling? Is it not focused on the puzzle? Is it focused on a live stream, or is it focused on something else? Is your mind wandering about, I don't know, what you have to do tomorrow, or like upcoming holiday or something? Like when I'm doing the speed puzzle, I don't really have time to let my mind wander.
My mind always wanders. I have the exact same problem. And actually that was one thing that I was wondering about yesterday in the gym. When we were doing reps on like some machines that I was working out on, and I realized that I want to do like 10 reps, and I start counting, and then I lose count after like 3 because I think about things. So then yeah, I can't count to 10 because my mind just wanders off. And it's the same in speed puzzling. It's actually an interesting question for like another EJJ of like what you think of during puzzling.
Oh yes.
What are your thoughts?
Well, recently I've just been thinking about what terrible puzzles I've picked. I've Maria Andrea from Colombia just joined us. She was listening to us while she was doing the spikes puzzle. I also did spikes in the past week, and I was also thinking, this is really terrible. When will this end? Who picks these puzzles? Like, whose job is it at Ravensburger to pick these puzzles? Then I've done the otter, then I've done the peacock. Like
you did a row of like horrible puzzles, but
yeah.
I actually have to admit that I think Spikes is one of the better ones of like the 2025 series. I like it way better than any of the animals.
I'm just hoping I qualify for the semis and that there will be a beautiful illustration, a busy illustration. That's my hope. I just want to get past the nature photos and hopefully have a nice image like this. Like something like this would be lovely in the semifinals.
Oh yeah.
And Ella Angelica says, don't forget the Octogate. Yes, so on screen we have some new people. We have Freya from Denmark, And I did ask her to join us for an interview, but she didn't check her Instagram messages. So Freya, I asked you to stay. If you can hear me, we'd like to chat with you later when you finish. We also have Gabriela from Romania, Hagar from Germany, Hannah B from United States, Henrietta from Denmark, and Irma from Switzerland. And a big shout out to Hannah B from the USA on the puzzle last week. Was it last week or the week before? The Gibson's puzzle, she got a 12-minute. She bet her personal best by 12 minutes.
Wow.
So a huge jump there. So fantastic. And there's a fast puzzle coming up next week. So
ooh, now you got me interested.
It's going to be raining personal bests.
If you
didn't get one last week, then just wait another week. All right, so yeah, looking great here. Lots of borders, lots of brown animals. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think it's really going to be the flowers, the vines that people end up on at the end.
That is probably going to be the last for many, many people. Because it's also a pretty big section of like just the blue and the flowers. Like everything else is like pretty populated in the image. Like the brown still has a lot going on, and like the animals probably take up a lot of space. So they have like a lot of negative space that you are already filling out. So yeah, I would guess that a lot of the sky is going to stay last. But at least from what I can see on the image, like with those flowers, all of them seem to be different. So if you like pick up one piece with a flower, you're going to kind of know where it goes if you look at the image, hopefully.
Yeah, so talking about terrible puzzles, Ellie says that she still has the peacock untouched in her closet.
Oh God, with the peacock, I have to admit that I started doing it, and I think 1 hour in, I was like, I'm bored. I don't want to do this anymore. So I actually turned on like a podcast or maybe even like a video that I was watching while I was doing it. I just get bored with it at one point.
Yeah, it's a struggle. I did it an hour, well, no, about 45 minutes before dinner. Then I came back in the evening and did like another 20 minutes. And I will have to continue on with it. Maybe I do some 20 minutes of it after tonight, but it's not something I could do. And like, I mean, I forced myself to do the otter again in one shot, but I think the peacock, it's kind of like something to do like dribs and drabs with like a wine in the hand. And
yeah, the wine in the hand definitely helps. With like very, very, very bad puzzles that I really don't want to do, it's either like, yeah, you get like a glass of wine, you start like a good podcast or an episode of a series you like, or in my case, I call my mom very often and then I chat throughout the puzzle.
Yeah, because when my husband, we have a guest staying with us, and so when my husband got home last night, he's like, "Oh, would you like a, yeah, let's open a bottle of wine." And normally, if I was doing a speed puzzle, like I just completely ignore them. I'll just be doing my own thing, and I'm just like, yeah, why not? I'll have one too. It's not going to make me faster. It's not going to slow me down. It's just this puzzle. So, we see some new people on the screen. We have Isa from the Netherlands. By the way, she has an amazing t-shirt that she made herself. She was in at the Puzzle-thon in Trier, and she has a black t-shirt, and then she has she has like patchwork puzzle pieces on her back, embroidered on, but the puzzle pieces are patchwork of like multiple different fabrics. It's I took a photo of it, and it's on our reel of the event, but it's a very impressive t-shirt. I like it. Then we also have Isabel from France, Yulia from Romania, Eva from Czech Republic, Jan from the Netherlands, and Janine from Germany.
Yes, everyone is doing great here as well. We're half an hour in, and we see a lot of the puzzle sections already forming. I can see some flowers over there, completed edges. I can also see that I can't see the name on the small image, but the person in the top, in the middle, has already sorted everything pretty well. So like you can see like a distinction between the pieces as they are on the table,
Yeah,
which can also be very helpful.
Yeah, that's Isabel. Yeah, I want to get a close-up of Janine because I feel like, I mean, she's quite small in the image, but I feel like there's a big chunk of like a big island done. Like if we look at Isa, you can see that she's done 2 big animals, so 2 big sections. Other people are a bit more like scattered, like a bit of flower here, a bit of a border there. But I feel like Janine has got a huge connected chunk. So let's zoom in on Janine and see how she is going.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, it looks like she's got the animals and maybe even some connections in between them, as well as part of the border. So you're looking really strong there, Janine. That's looking fantastic.
That's looking great, yes.
Keep it up, Janine. Oh, and look at her timer. It's a bunny.
Oh, again, it's a timer mascot.
Yeah, well, Janine and Catherine often puzzle together. So they have the cow and the bunny. So maybe Janine saw hers and says, I got to get one too. What other animals are out there? Very
Great.
nice.
That gives me the idea. Now I need to get like an animal timer.
You have to see if there's a dog timer for you.
Yes, exactly. Especially a dachshund shaped one.
Yes.
Also, the lighting looks really cool. Yes, as Jay pointed out, that Janine's lighting looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a new, it might be a new setup because Catherine was over there the other day and they did the Pairs 1000 puzzle together, and then at some point the video dropped out because there wasn't close to a charger. I think the phone ran out of battery. So hopefully her camera or phone, laptop has now been connected to a plug. All right, we have with us Jenny from the Netherlands. We also have Jessica from Sweden, Your Queen from Spain, Jody from the UK, Judith from Germany, and Yuka from Finland.
We have a lot of Finnish representation today.
Yeah, I think the Finnish and the Germans are the most represented today, and they usually are too. Usually, obviously in Germany, we always have a ton of Germans, but the Finnish really love their online puzzle contests, and we're very happy to have them with us.
Yeah. And there's actually a comment saying, let's go Parky, finish it quickly so we can go to the pub.
Yeah. Parky is Jody Parker. Parky puzzles.
And then I also want to point out what Yuka said as a response to today's theme is like stamina, detail orientation, organization, stress handling, everything.
That's a good point. Stress handling. I think that's going to come up at the Worlds. Like, how do you cope with stress? And also putting yourself in the situation, like going to competitions, participating in online, that you also get used to being talked about on the live stream, that you get used to know that people are watching you at that particular moment, and also being, hearing the countdown and having this quiet room. Like, all of those things can be a bit stress inducing. And just thinking about how to cope for that for the next couple of weeks. Do you have any stress management tips you'd like to share?
Well, not specifically about like competition and stuff, because I'm generally not stressed about competitions. I'm pretty cool in that sense. I do get like very shaky hands when I start the puzzle, interestingly. So it's literally when we're already there and the timer is starting and like you have to open the things, that's when my hands don't want to cooperate when I start. That's often also why I can't open like boxes or bags and it just goes wrong. Like at the German Championship, for example, I was in the round that had the only one puzzle that still had like a foil around it that you had to open. Like because my hands just don't cooperate in the beginning, I was standing there still fighting with the foil while everyone was already flipping. So, so that's the one thing. But apart from that, I actually don't get very stressed. So I'm not really good on like giving advice for stress. I think mostly because of like of the interpreting work that I used to do. I have a pretty high tolerance for like performance under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in general, I think the more you expose yourself to the situation, the better. So these online competitions help a lot in a sense. And then as many competitions that you can go to, the more you expose yourself and the more you get into this situation, the more your body also gets used to like the adrenaline rush that you get and just the running up to the event and everything. So if you're used to it, it gets easier.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, I can tell you, even though I wasn't puzzling when I did the first two Euro Jigsaw Jams, the live streams, like I was shaking the whole time. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was just like, okay, we just do this. We have a live stream and I just talk. And I felt so silly and it was so nervous, so nerve-wracking. But I can tell you, by EJJ number 90, like I don't even think about it. In fact, I just jump out of bed and jump onto the live stream, and yeah, not as necessarily in a good way being prepared, but it's, I don't need to kind of get into like the zone or like calm my nerves or anything, because I don't have any nerves anymore. But yes, hopefully our participants don't have nerves and are enjoying the puzzle. I can see we've made some good progress here. We are seeing things coming together nicely. We have Karen Brown on screen from the USA, Karina from Germany, Kinga from Poland, Kristen from Sweden, Christina from Hungary, and Leah from Denmark. And we can see that Kinga is doing a fantastic job. Kinga from Poland, she was in Trier. You can see she's got her little speed puzzle and EJJ badges there. Actually, I'll have some at World, so if you want to come and get some from me, you can come and say hi. But yeah, Kinga, you are doing fantastic there, like already over halfway. So I don't know if maybe she's done this one before. I think this may have popped up in a competition in Poland. Okay, thumbs up, yes. We have Karina, who's also doing a great job. She's got most of the bottom section done. And I can also see on some of the little screens as well that some people who we're going to get to soon have also made great progress. Yeah, so we're
doing incredible there.
39 minutes. So the question is, do we have someone who's going to finish in the next 5 minutes? We are almost at the end of the alphabet, but looking fantastic there. So from what we can see so far, Kinga is pulling out towards the front, and there was somebody else just 1 or 2 screens before that was also going really strong. Yes, we'll find them again in a minute. So let's get to the L. So I started at N, and now we are at L. Yes, it's Lynn. I saw Lynn on the small screens, and she is making fantastic progress.
I actually like Matt's comment on YouTube very much, where he says, if you are a stressed person, remember that there is always a person that is more stressed than you, and that's me.
No.
And then Ali Pali, Augen zu und durch, which is like close your eyes and just do it.
Yeah.
which is yeah, that's also applicable. And then Sandra saying that she was so stressed and nervous to just help out in her first EJJ, and now it's just fun and exciting. And Rika agrees that she was super stressed before, like in the beginning, and now it is just fun.
I think a good phrase for me is like fake it until you make it. Like it's if you do something enough times, like you can just pretend at the beginning like that, you know, it's just that you're very comfortable and you're very, you know, it's like you kind of fake it that you're in your comfort zone, and then at some point it becomes your comfort zone because you've done it enough times. And it's the same like when I moved to Australia, when I was a younger person, originally from New Zealand, I didn't know anybody, and so I just got into the habit of going up to people in certain situations at university or at church or at events and just introducing myself and saying hi. And it felt really weird the first few times, and then after a while it just became so normal, like I didn't even think about it anymore. And so you can kind of train yourself to be the person you want to be by just doing it and just faking it until it becomes natural.
Yeah, that is a pretty good strategy. Because usually, like a lot of the people that actually end up being successful in something, they're not necessarily the best ones, but they go into it with like bold confidence. And then on the way, they just turn better and better.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can basically train yourself to be like that. Like if you're not a public speaker, you can learn that. It's not necessarily something that comes naturally, but you can learn. If you do it enough times, you will pick up the skills. And the same with speed puzzling. And yes, in the competition right now, I can see some really nice puzzles coming together. We've got Leah from Denmark, Letizia from Switzerland, Linda from the Netherlands, Loretta from Ireland, Lynn from Belgium, and Marguerite from South Africa. And I like how Linda has got like, yeah, definitely more than 50% of the puzzle, or like 4 main sections are done. The 3 large animals and the hedge of flowers at the bottom. So that's looking really nice and solid there. Also Lynn, Alfie has got a really big band. So you can see everything with like the sandy background. Yeah, so don't forget to look at the backgrounds. If you've done like the big brown animal and the cat, then just look at the background, get all the sand pieces, and then suddenly you've got like this nice big block that's done. That's really satisfying.
Yes, that is actually a very, very good skill or trick as well that I think I have learned like on the way at one point, which is like if you feel like you're getting stuck, like look at the background instead of like the things that are on the image, because a lot of the times the background actually helps you out a lot of like where to place something, but like an object or just a part of the object that is on the image.
All right, we also have Maya from Finland, Maya P from Finland, and Maya P from Slovenia. We have 3 Slovenians today. That's very nice. We have Maria H from Finland, Maria TB from Sweden, and Marie N from Norway. And shout out to Maria TB, who's doing a kati. She is puzzling from a train.
It feels like it's turning into like a tradition.
She wrote to me today. She said, I think I'm not going to be able to get to my destination on time, so I'm going to try and puzzle from the train." And you can see the table has been like flipped open and like the camera is wobbling. But go, Maria, you just go for it. You're doing great, and we're happy you're participating.
It's unbelievable.
We're going to start a tradition of people puzzling from trains.
Or at one point you have to have a special, Deutsche Bahn or whichever Bahn, wherever people are, like a special EJJ train edition.
A train edition. Everyone hops on a train and does a puzzle.
Exactly. Which would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, right.
I like what SJ wrote, which is if you do what scares you, you'll end up not being scared of anything. Just tying back to like the topic that we were talking about.
Yes, and I have to agree with that, and that's something that I respect Kati for, is because I think a lot of top puzzlers, they get to a point where they're always like in the top or on the podium, and then they're kind of scared to have like a not so perfect performance or not so perfect competition because their average might go down or something like that, or it might not be as good as the others. Whereas I think Kati is willing to take risks and to take on a challenge and say obviously it's not going to be her best performance with all the the stress that's going on and all the different environments, but she's going to do it anyway, and she's going to see, can she puzzle on a train? And I think that's just a good skill to have, is to say, okay, I don't hang on so much onto that podium, but also challenge and just expand your range of puzzling skills, you could say.
Yeah, I agree very much with that.
So we also have Marina from Sweden, Mayday from Poland, Melanie from Switzerland, Michal from Poland, Miriam from the Netherlands, and Mooney from Germany. And we are at the end of the alphabet, and it's 46 minutes, and no one has finished yet. Okay, good. So looking really good. We'll have a quick glance at how everyone on this screen is doing. Some nice brown cats. That seems to be the common feature.
I would actually, at the moment, as I'm looking around, I would put Kinga and maybe Tammy in the lead. I can't really see much others.
Yeah, no, definitely Kinga was on a really good stretch there. So yes, looking good here. Let's see who could be in the running for the top 10. Tammy. I heard that Karina is also doing well. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Robert's doing the top half, like he's got about, yeah, definitely over halfway. Tammy is coming from all over, yeah, and she's only got small patches to fill in between. So she's done most of the main sections. She's got the border and the bigger flowers done. And now it's just a lot of like background bits, like the fillers. But yeah, Kinga only has the animals to do left. So most people start there.
And she is pretty much has the entire top section done. I think all of it is done already. And I see in the YouTube comments that Kinga did this puzzle in 59:20, mine in the Shipkey puzzle. So probably she's going to beat that today.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, no, Kinga hasn't been on the podium yet in the 50 plus club, so that would be, yeah, something exciting for her.
Definitely.
Go Kinga. Yeah, so it might be at this point between Kinga and Tammy. We're going to see who else is looking strong. I'm going to go back to Janine.
Let's take a look.
Okay. Yeah, so she's also over halfway. She's got some gaps towards the top, but yeah, she's filled out a lot towards the bottom.
And Vicky is cheering for Krista from Hungary. Hello, Vicky. And Sandra is mentioning that a big bunch of puzzlers have just graduated from the 50 plus club, which is, yes, it's true. A lot of people have been have been improving so much, and a lot of people have been graduating, so to speak, from the 50 plus club, which is pretty cool. As we have explained before, like if you have completed more than 6 puzzles on a first attempt under 50 minutes, that's when you graduate from the 50 plus club. Obviously, like it's impossible to like really control this. It's mostly about the honesty, but so far from what I have seen, people seem to be like very proud when they graduate and they can't enter these competitions anymore. So yeah, it's always very nice to see when people actually like speed up so much that they can't compete in this competition anymore.
Well, I also heard, I was quite surprised, but apparently there's someone who's hanging on to the 50 plus club, somebody who's in this competition. I was quite surprised. I heard that they didn't want to do the fast competition next week because they want to stay in the 50 plus club. I'm not sure what the logic for that. I thought everyone would be happy to know that they can get under 6 times under 50, that would be a confidence boost, but maybe some people want to stay in their comfort zone. Yeah, so so Kinga and Lynn, Tammy, Robert looking really good there. And yeah, it looks like it's still going to be some minutes before we see the first finish.
Yes, it does. Ali is asking if it would be okay to say hi to me if she would see me at a competition. And yes, I think with the world approaching, that applies to you, Michelle, as well. I think that like people recognize us, and like I'm not going to speak for you, but like if I'm very happy when people say hi. I can't guarantee that I'm instantly going to know who I am talking to. So I might need a little bit of time to like catch up. But otherwise, yes, always come say hello. I'm friendly and I like socializing. So yes, the puzzling community and like in general, like puzzle competitions are exactly about this, that you can like pretty much chat with anyone.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy to meet anybody and everybody. I really appreciated all the people that came up to me last year and said hi, and that gave me like a face to the name, because I pretty like, if you've participated in several Euro Jigsaw Jams, like I recognize your name, I know which country you're from, I probably know your Instagram, but then to have like a face to that and just to meet the person, like yeah, I really appreciate that. So I know it can be a bit weird to go up and say hi to people,
But it's okay.
We don't bite, and you might even get a badge from me. So come and ask for a
Ooh.
Euro Jigsaw Jam badge.
Yes. It was actually very hard last year at Worlds, which was my first like big event, that like I knew a lot of people from Instagram by their Instagram handles and like the puzzles they have completed, but I have never seen their face. So it was sometimes like a little bit awkward when it turned out that like we have actually chatted a couple of times already. We just had no idea that we were talking to each other. So, so it takes a little bit of time, but like yes, everyone come say hi when we are at the World.
Yeah, and something that's quite nice about the party is that because people are showing, you know, like there's a prize category for best dressed or for best table and room setup, people tend to angle their camera a bit wider and not only show their hands and the table. And I remember somebody saying, oh, it's so nice to actually see the people behind the names and not just the hands. And that's true. So maybe that will be a good reminder. At the party, we'll actually see people's faces, and that will help us to recognize people better.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it looks like Tammy is on a race with Kinga for the first place spot.
And she might actually catch up to Kinga. From what I can see on the screen, she might actually have less pieces left. It's hard to tell from where I am sitting, but I think Tammy might have sped up a bit here. So go, Tammy. We're at 53 minutes at the moment. 54 already. This seems to be a more challenging puzzle, really. Because I don't think that it has happened in a while that that we haven't had finishers like around the 50-minute mark.
That's true. This one is a bit of a later one, but we're going to get it under the hour. And Tammy,
Definitely.
Go Tammy and go Kinga. This is your chance for the podium. Looking really fantastic there. Pop those last
It is
pieces
looking
in.
great. Go, go, go.
Oh.
And then I would say maybe Eva is closest to third place at the moment, but maybe not. Her hands are covering up a lot of the bottom of the image. No, actually, maybe not. Trying to see everyone here, but go, go, Tammy! And Tammy is finished.
Yes. Congrats, Tammy. First place. And
Just under 55 minutes. Congratulations.
This might be her last 50 plus. Congrats.
Yay. Ooh, I love the hairpins. I have just seen the hair clips. They look incredible. Oh, she's so happy. Yay. Very good. Great. And then let's see who's going to be up for second place today.
Yeah, so first place was 54 minutes and 59 seconds.
Great, 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 great.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see times a bit more spread out for this one.
It looks like it, yes, because we do see that Kinga is maybe like 12 pieces left. And then there's a bit after. People are spread out a little bit more.
So Kinga's got a lovely, colourful nail polish.
Yeah, looks great, yes.
So when she's in a team puzzling competition, everybody knows which fingers are belonging to Kinga. All right, looking fantastic, Kinga. Pop those last pieces in and take your second place.
Doing great here. And done.
Boom. Second place to Kinga. Yay.
And yes, she has improved her time, which was 59 minutes something before. That was, and this is now her second attempt with 56:51. Amazing job.
Yeah, so on screen right now, we have like another group of finishes coming up, but it's still going to be some minutes before the next finish, unless somebody jumps up that we haven't been on our radar yet, but we're looking really good. We have Lynn Alfie, Robert, Smilla, Freya, Veronica, and Fanny. Eva is also doing a fantastic job down there. But it might be Smilla. Yes. Oh no, she's got pieces on top of her puzzle. I don't see any pieces off to the side. Yes.
Yeah, but that's a very deceiving tactic.
Yes.
But almost super close.
Yeah, so it could be Lynn Alfie or it could be Smilla for third place.
Well, eagerly watching. So far we have 2 finishers at 58 minutes out of the 91. And yes, it does seem like competitors are a little bit more spread out in this competition. It's actually more comfortable for us because we have a better chance of catching every finisher on camera.
That's true. The hardest ones are the sub 50 ones where they're just like chugga 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 one after each other.
Yes, exactly. And we can only have 6 people at one time on the screen. So that makes it even more challenging.
But yeah, go Smilla and go Lynn. Looking really strong there. We're coming up, yeah, we're just coming up to 59 minutes, so we might see 2 more finishes under the hour. But Robert is also looking really good. He's finishing on the Racco. Rocco the Racco.
Rocco. And the part of the hedgehog is missing as well. The one little hedgehog.
Oh, yes. True. I remember that there was like some brown piece and I thought it belonged to like the Racco, and then I forgot that there were like these hedgehogs and I was like placing it all around like this doesn't fit, and then I was like,
and there he is. There's the hedgehog.
Maybe he just needed to be reminded that there's a hedgehog.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, Veronica is also doing really well. So she's done the bottom half all up and she's just got like the background. So she's done the flowers and she's just filling in those bluish pieces which have a bit of green on them, which are, yeah, in the trees and on the vine. But yeah, it's funny. Like I went for the brown pieces first because those are the ones that stood out amongst all the pastels. And then we have people here who are finishing on them. Interesting how different minds work.
It's also possible that like what can sometimes happen to me, for example, is that something that stands out to me, like I collect all the pieces because they stand out so much, and then I see something else, so I put them on the side and then completely forgot about it until the very end. So that's also possible that it was just forgotten.
Oh yeah.
And yes, Veronica is coming in hot as well.
Yeah, and I just also added Dominic G to the screen and Eliza. They both have a very diminishing pile. And Smilla is done. Oh, hang on.
And Zach was done in the meantime as third.
Okay, so there were some people that we didn't have on our radar. That's why I have to pull them up.
Yeah, all of a sudden we had like 4 finishers almost at the same time. So third place goes to Zach.
Zach, can you put your camera on? We didn't have you on screen. Zach, can you put your camera on? And Farina B
was 4th, and then Maya was 5th, and Smilla was 6th.
Well, I'll get back to Zach later. Maya P. Yeah, so that's always a tricky thing with the 50 plus club, is that we have so many people of a similar level, and we also don't know these people as well as we do like the Victors and Katis and Kiaras, so we don't have them like on our like watch list of top 10. So it does happen that sometimes we miss some people. I'm going to go put the people on again who was on there. Yeah, so you can read.
And Veronica only has like 1 piece left. And done.
Okay, so
and 7th went to Robert, and we just get so many finishers all of the time.
And Susanna is done. as well.
Susanna is done, and then Veronica in 9th place. Just when I talk about like how people are a little bit more spread out and we can like find everyone, all of a sudden people go under the radar. Yes, there's still one spot in the top 10. So go Lynn or Eva, as far as I can see. They're maybe the closest, but someone might be slipping under the radar again. I'm trying to catch up to everyone. So yes, now we had so many people at the 1 hour mark. And just as a note, between 5th place and 9th place, we had less than a minute. And then Janine is actually done as 10th. Janine Luti.
And Lynn is done.
And Lynn is done. Amazing.
All right, so it keeps on jumping, and now we have Dominic. Yes, Dominic is done. Congrats. Okay, so yeah, so we're probably going to see a lot of finishes now. Now basically it's running, and here comes Elisa.
And done as well.
Elisa with her last few pieces.
Great. Karina and Elisa is done. 14th place.
And Elisa, 14th.
And now that we have our top 14, almost 15, I would say we could interview our first place finisher if Tammy is still around. You can turn your camera on.
Oh, hang on. Where did she go? Tammy, where are you?
We had to find her again.
Yes, we see you, Tammy.
Hello. Yes, your microphone is it on now?
Hi, Tammy. Can you hear us?
You can hear us, but we can't hear you. At least I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi. Sorry.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, how are you feeling?
That's been amazing. I think this is the first time I've actually topped EJJ or maybe even gotten on the podium. So yeah. I was quite surprised actually that this went as quickly as it did.
Yeah, it seemed like, especially in the second half of the puzzle, you just started picking up speed like rapidly.
I don't know what happened. I started with the animals and I thought that was going to be difficult, but at least when I first look at the picture, I looked at the pieces, there were colors everywhere and it just looked overwhelming. So I said, I can see the brown sticking out to me. So I started with that, even though I felt it might be harder. But once I got that out of the way, then I started with the colors and I just kept calm. And I was very surprised how smoothly it went. Because usually puzzles like this are not my strong suit because it seems very busy.
Mm-hmm. So you're more the gradient and sky type person?
Very much so, because I was picking out between like the water and the sky. I can see the difference, texture and the color, and that was easy. But then there was like color pieces and flowers everywhere. But actually, I ended up being able to like pick them out based on the color. Like they were all pink flowers, but some of them were slightly different pinks, and then there were the yellows and the oranges and the peach. So I separated based on that later on instead of details.
Yeah, I did see that around the end. You were working kind of like all over the place with the
Yeah,
puzzle.
because I'd grab like all the yellows and then build all the yellow flowers and then start figuring out where they went.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So then in general, this is not really your type of puzzle, but then what did you think of like the puzzle in general? Like how much do you know the brand?
I did the other EJJ that did the other puzzle from the series, the one with the candy and the monsters. And so like I'm kind of excited now to put them together. And now I feel like maybe I need to get the rest of the set. So I don't do a lot of Heye, and I had done a few before, but in general, I like it. Although the false fits during the edge was a bit challenging. I realized that I shouldn't try and finish this now because I was spending quite a few minutes putting them together.
Yeah, like it's interesting with Heye because like I very rarely use it for speed puzzling. I think I have only done like 1 or 2, and there you really notice the false fits. But like if you just do it casually, it's very, very, very nice. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I get a lot of it for like 1,000 pieces and just do it like casually. Then it's really okay. Then you don't get false fits, really. I
That
think
is true. But between this and the hedgehog, the last time was also Heye too, right? And
yeah.
because that was also had the full purple border. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that being very challenging. I don't know why I keep trying to do the border first on these, but it helps for me because I don't have good relational sense of where things are. So I started out with them very far apart. And when I had a border, then I started pushing them closer together. Then I realized, oh, these things do join up together. Oh, now I can see what piece goes there. It's so much easier when I have that information.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps. And then just to like go along like the theme of today, you said you want better visual memory and faster visual processing as like a skill. Do you work on this specifically, or like what do you mean by it exactly?
I'm still trying to find ways to work on that, because like visual memory, for example, I will look at something and then I'll look away and then I don't have a way of remembering what I saw unless I can remember words. So if I said this was a red piece, I can remember what it was red and the lines, but I cannot actually look at it and then look at the rest of the puzzle and have a visual of the piece in my head easily. So sometimes I take it with me. So I spend a lot of time like moving pieces around and looking back and forth. And I know that's like, it's a place I can speed up a lot. So I think that's a visual processing thing as well. If I can sort of somehow turn that into a memory better.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that like actual memory games might help with that.
I've tried with that. I don't think I found the right kind of game set. I've been trying like the spot the difference games or the seek and find games. And I still cheat and use like words in my head, like, oh, I'm looking for a donut, oh, I'm looking for a Christmas tree, and I have the word in my head rather than the image.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be sometimes like a pretty good like strategy to like when you have like a big pile of pieces and then you're like, I'm looking for anything that could be a hedgehog. and just like everything that could be a part of it, even if it's not, because then you are more likely to like get that piece as well, but you might end up with like so much.
But that's the thing, like if I look at the box and I'm like, okay, I know what a hedgehog looks like now. Then I look away and suddenly I don't know what a hedgehog looks like anymore. So that's why I do projects, because then, okay, I pull the pieces that look like each other and then I can work on that and then figure out where it goes after that. But if I can look at the box and see that image, okay, I know what I'm looking for, and it'll cut out some steps and then make me a faster puzzler.
Yes, that is definitely true. And then, are there any other skills that you think are like essential for speed puzzlers?
Oh, there's so many. One thing I know I do fairly well again is color differentiation. I do that pretty well. So like if it's a gradient, I'm like, oh, that's no problem. I can totally see where all the colors go, and other people are like, it all looks the same. Like I got this. But then the sorting skill and patience, I've got a lot of that. I love to sort things, and even something that looks really like complicated, I understand that every little bit of progress you make gets you towards the end. So as long as I keep making progress, I will get there. In fact, I remember you were talking about that during the commentary, and I was like, that's exactly like why I'm not intimidated by complicated things, because as long as I know I'm still making progress. So that I am a pretty patient person, so I have worked on really big puzzles and hard puzzles, and it's not a problem for me.
No, that's such a good mentality. Like it's also like such a pure positive view to have over things. Like it keeps you motivated in a way. What was
You had to enjoy it.
What was the largest puzzle that you have done?
Recently I did a 2,000 piece one, but I am still in the process of working on the Disney 40,000 piece it comes in 10 bags, so each one is about 4,000 piece puzzle. Although many years ago I did work on a 5,000 piece. That one took a long time. It was a collage, so again, easy to sort out and not as difficult as some of the 18,000 piece Ravensburgers that people do, the jungle scenes or the underwater scenes. Those are big and complicated.
Yeah, somehow like the largest puzzle that I have ever done is 3,000 pieces. So I'm not really one to talk, but it feels like these collages are kind of like an easy way out because you are putting together puzzles in a way.
Yeah, after the sorting stage, you're just doing small little puzzles.
Yes, exactly. So like it's like the easy way out.
But the Disney one, the 4,000 piece one, that's an actual image that's 4,000 pieces. So that one is challenging. In fact, one of my friends is also working on the same puzzle, but he recruits friends to work on it with him, so he doesn't do it alone. So yesterday I was helping him work on the Dumbo's piece of it. And it was fun because I got a whole chunk of, there was just one little project, but it was like, a lot of pieces.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then do you listen to anything while you are puzzling? Like especially with these like super challenging ones, like what do you have on in the background?
Actually, I don't have anything because I usually try to record my puzzling with sound, like of the pieces going in. So I wish there was I could just have headphones in, but then I think I'm afraid I will lose track of the speed puzzling mode and just go into casual puzzling and enjoy my puzzling. And then I have done that before, especially if I'm really tired. I realize I'm just like, just putting pieces in one by one with one hand and not really going fast. So I don't want to let myself get too comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I used to listen to fast music to try to see whether that made me go faster, and sometimes I think it works. But then again, I also, because I want to record, so I stopped doing that.
And it's interesting because like some people like swear by music, and for me, for example, I find music extremely irritating. If I have to puzzle, like I can't do that.
I think it depends on the music.
It also depends on the music, but even if I put together like a playlist, it doesn't really work out. So it's for me, it's white noise, if anything.
Because I used to do long distance running, and I would get really, really bored. And then once I was trying to listen to podcasts or audiobooks, and I still couldn't keep my attention. I just almost be falling asleep while trying to run, until I found the right playlist of high energy music, and that like changed it for me. So that's why I thought it would do the same thing for me for puzzling, but it didn't get me really faster. It did make me feel better though.
Yeah. And then I have seen on Instagram, because you're very active on Instagram, and I have seen that you have been to a couple of escape rooms recently. Like how has that been? And like how often do you go? What is the best escape room? Tell us about escape rooms.
I do a lot of escape rooms. Best escape room, well, it depends on what country. I've done a lot of different countries, but one of my favorites right now is in Amsterdam. It's called it's really I don't know how to describe it. It's just it's created by these people who wanted so much to make something really different. And the way they one of the you know how when you go to like Disneyland or something, the effects are really good, but they're meant to be on stage and you see it from far away. This game called The Alchemist by Sherlock in Amsterdam, it's kind of like that, but it's for a show just for you, and it's like up close. They have lights and things that move, and just the special effects and experience. It's like in a fantasy.
Ooh.
So
that sounds incredible.
So it's not just like solving puzzles, it's also being part of a story, but being part of a whole experience that you're like just taken it into a fantasy world. And I think that's for me why I like escape rooms, because it's like playing, it's a kind of the magical feeling you used to get when you're a child and fantasy was more real. And as an adult, you don't experience that a lot anymore. So I think a lot of good escape rooms do that, where they try to create an experience for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are definitely the good ones. Oh, and you have also been to like escape room competitions as well. I think you have already talked about it on an EJJ before.
I did a couple of years ago, a few years ago, there were a couple of world competitions organized by Red Bull, and I was on Team USA for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun because my team would practice a lot together. Even though we don't live in the same city, we travel together for escape rooms. In fact, what we did 2 months ago is that we went to Canada and we set a new world record on that. I'm in the middle of submitting the application, but we did break a new world record for the most number of escape rooms attended in 24 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how many was that?
We did 34.
Okay.
And I did a lot of rooms.
Yes. But then if you are doing this many rooms, like, do you recognize the patterns at one point of like the riddles that you have to solve?
Yes, I do. But also, that's why I really enjoy going to good rooms, because there are still new things that I haven't seen, because the creativity is so immense. There's just no way to have ever seen all puzzles in the world. Like, I'm still seeing new things, and when I do it, it's just a delight. But after a while, yeah, a lot of things I see that, okay, I know how these things are supposed to be put together. I know what we'll probably have to extract as the answer. These will be the numbers that, if we've got them in the right order, it'll be these numbers. So it does get easier for certain things. But so like, middle of the road escape rooms that use a lot of the same tropes, they're fairly easy. So I don't always go to those now, because I'm just like, okay, I don't really get my money's worth out of it, because I'm just like going through most like, okay, there's these 4 things, there's the 4-digit number over there, and there's not as much challenge, although it's still a really great thing to do socially, because you're working in person with friends. And I also try to do it in different cities, because I never know what the style of an escape room in a different city is like, because every city seems to have its own character, because people tend to do what they see in around them. So most of the rooms in a particular city will be very similar. So that's the fun of it. So especially when I travel for jigsaw competitions, I will also add escape rooms into the trip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was actually a thing for the European Championship, because it was in Budapest, and a lot of people obviously who are into puzzles also are into escape rooms. And the thing is with Budapest, because it's a pretty cheap city, a lot of escape rooms are tested there before they are actually released in other countries. So you can actually try out a lot of escape rooms that are going to be like in different countries later on. And so it's full of escape rooms. So I can definitely recommend it for you.
I've been to Budapest to play. That's actually where the first championship was held, because Budapest is one of the 2 countries that are acknowledged as where escape rooms probably started, Hungary and Tokyo. So I went to the place that was considered one of the first few escape rooms in the world, and it was fun. Just like being there with the history. So yeah, I did enjoy playing games there.
Oh, that's so amazing. And then I don't see your name on the world's list, so I assume you're not going this year?
I can't make it this year, unfortunately.
Do you, however, have any other like puzzle competitions planned for this year still? Or any puzzle events in general?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a bunch in the United States. There's California States coming up in November. In January, there's the St. Paul Winter Carnival. That's usually there's a documentary on it, so it's a fairly famous and pretty large competition in the United States. There's small regional competitions as well I've been doing, and then of course I bought a whole bunch of EPJ to keep going.
Oh yeah. No, it's actually pretty hard to picture from like Europe because like the US is so incredibly massive. Like, how much do you actually have to travel to be able to visit so many puzzle competitions? Or do you also have like that many regional competitions?
Now in California, there are actually a lot more regional competitions because there's a lot of speed puzzlers now. So there's enough of a community to sustain multiple competitions going on. I think it depends on the city, but because we've been doing it for a little longer than other cities, I think and also Nationals was held in San Diego twice. So I think it grew the speed puzzling community here more than in a lot of other cities. Like Minnesota also is a really big one because of the St. Paul competition being there for so many years. Other cities around the US are trying to slowly build it up, but you got to start by having small competitions so people start discovering it and liking it. You know, we all know how it goes. Once you get enough people, then it grows, and and can sustain it. So now that it doesn't have to always be the same 12 people showing up to competitions.
Yeah, that's also very nice to see once like the community is growing. And then like a final closing question, are you actually graduating from the 50 plus club? Are these your last puzzles, or do you still have some?
It's the last time I'll be able to buy any. I might stack it. I might still have a couple more in the stack. Am I allowed to compete? Michelle, am I allowed to continue using them if I bought them already?
Yes, of course. So if you have got your 6 times under 50 minutes, then you can, of course, still compete in the competitions that you've already purchased, but you're just not eligible to purchase the next batch.
I don't know if I have finished 6 EJJs under 50 minutes, but I have to check.
You've had some really fast times. You've had some times under 50, yes, like 3 times in the 40s, at least. The Martinique puzzle you were really fast at, and there's been quite a few when you were significantly faster than me.
my speed level goes up and down over time, depending on how much I've been practicing. But yeah, I guess it'll be a badge of honor. Although I still love to get all the puzzles because there's so many cool European puzzles that we can't get in the United States, which is why I keep doing the EJJs.
Well, I do have kind of a sad announcement on that side. To all our American puzzlers. Unfortunately, from Monday this week, the German delivery service providers will not be shipping to the US. Because of the tariff situation, everything has been put on hold. They're not accepting any more packages to the US. We certainly hope that this changes in the next few weeks, but for now, for now you have your puzzles for the current batch, or the new batch that starts next week. But yeah, we hope the situation gets sorted out soon.
I totally understand. It's not a good situation, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but the way it has been going, it might change by next week. Actually,
it might. I have my fingers crossed, but we'll see. It makes sense. It's not unusual. A lot of other countries are having the same issue for us.
Yeah, I do have one last question, Tammy. Actually, have you ever experienced puzzling burnout? Or competition burnout?
After my first World, I practiced for weeks before that, and then at World I puzzled so much. I came back, I didn't want to touch a puzzle for like a couple of weeks. I look at it like I think I really was burned out then. It was just this feeling of like, exhaustion and just too much. But I haven't had it since, thankfully. But yes, I remember getting it after my first time going to Worlds. But then, I think it's because I just practiced so much then. I wanted to do well, and it was I put a lot of pressure on myself then.
Do you have any strategies for avoiding that?
I think it takes a little bit of experience to know how much you're pushing yourself and paying attention to your energy level about it and your excitement level. And if it gets too much, like, it depends on how competitive you are, I must say, because if you're going all out for this one event, maybe it's okay to be burned out for a little bit after that. But then, if you want to, if it's something you want to do on a continual basis, you should be careful and just make sure it's always still fun for you.
Mm-hmm. And so the signs of that would just be that you just don't want to look at another puzzle anytime soon.
There's this, it's a feeling of exhaustion, a feeling of like, puzzling. No, I want to do something else right now. It's just, it's a feeling.
Yeah, it's also like a kind of indifference at one point, that you're like not that bothered by the puzzle that you have in front of you. Like you don't feel like the need to touch it. In a sense, at least that's what I have been experiencing.
I mean, it depends for me on the puzzle, because some puzzles are like, I want to do that right now. So I'm like, maybe I'll do that later. But the general feeling of puzzling is always like, I always enjoy the feeling of putting together pieces. And then when I know that went away, I was like, there's something wrong right now.
Yeah. So any advice for the puzzlers that might be going all out at the moment, and especially the next 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, Worlds is kind of a special event. I think you go there, you get to meet all the other people, and you get to, test yourself against everyone else. So I think it's okay to push yourself a little harder just for that one time. But, it's not sustainable over the long term for sure. But I mean, take breaks and remember there's other things other than just the puzzling. There's the people at Worlds. It's just, for me, the best part, because getting to know other people from other countries whom you really have a bond with because you all love puzzling, that's amazing. Everybody there is always so nice and friendly. Like some of people are a little more shy because a lot of us are introverts. But if you're talking about puzzling, there's nothing to be shy about.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good advice. Remember, it's not just about puzzles, it's about people. So
Yes.
make sure to look up from your puzzle.
And that's a very nice slogan as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's always a pleasure chatting with you. And yeah, first time on the podium, Tammy, congratulations. We're very happy for you. And yeah, I know you like the Heye brand, so yeah, maybe it was your lucky charm today.
Maybe it was. Like, thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks so much,
Tammy.
Tammy. Bye.
All right. Bye.
And we're at 1 hour and 27 minutes and actually have 55 finishers already. So
Yeah,
people have
everyone's
been puzzling.
doing fantastic. Like yeah, they're just coming in quite consistently every minute, 1 or 2 or 3 finishes. So yeah, looking really great. So we're coming up to the 90-minute mark. Still some puzzles. Let's check in on our traveling puzzler, Maria TB, on the train. Well, her pile of puzzle pieces is getting smaller. We can see,
Wow.
yeah, she has to be a bit creative there with that table because it's got like there's 2 fold outs. But yeah, looking good.
And then I would also say, Freya, if you're still here, then you can turn your camera on and we would love to chat a bit.
We should talk with Zach first.
We
because
are
Zach-
talking with Zach first? Okay.
Yeah, we were going to, Zach was going to be our guest interview, but then he ended up being on the podium. So, yeah, then we'll get to you soon, Freya. We'll have a chat with Zach first. And Zach is the only person that didn't show me their puzzle, so he needs to turn his camera on so I can see his puzzle, and then I can give him the thumbs up, and then his result will be
Finalized.
Yes. So, Zach, where are you?
Is he still in a meeting?
Yes, he is.
Hello?
Zach,
Yeah.
yes, hello.
Hello, right, let me get the...
Yes,
see if
I need
get
to
an angle.
confirm your puzzle. So yes, this is part of the new process that your result does not get
Yes.
confirmed
Yeah,
until
I thought you'd already got it, sorry. And then,
No, you
switched
you
devices.
snuck up on us. We didn't have you on screen, unfortunately. So now I can confirm your puzzle is done, and yes, you have a confirmed 3rd place with 58 minutes. Congrats!
Thank you very
Great.
much.
First time on the podium.
Yes, big, yeah, pleasant surprise. So yeah, very happy with that.
But you
Yeah,
also
very
did
exciting.
really well recently on one of the puzzle guzzles. I saw that there was you came 2nd place after Nia. Is that correct? Or you did some puzzles?
No, I'll be honest, puzzle guzzles, no, I've never actually been in the top 3 for puzzle guzzles, so...
Okay, but you have been improving quite steadily, I believe.
Yeah, no, I have. I got, it might have been something else. There was an in-person event fairly recently at a Dice Cup Cafe, and I got 2nd place at that, which was very...
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, because that's
Very
a
pleased
board
with the-
game cafe.
That's right, yes, yeah.
Ooh.
So I've had some, very pleasing results.
Okay. So, Michelle, did you have any topics that you wanted to start with, or do we just start with the puzzle?
Yeah, go ahead with the puzzle.
Yes. So, what did you think of the puzzle? How was it?
Yeah, it's good. It was it was a good challenge. So I think it's only the 2nd Heye puzzle I've ever done. So I think it was I've been doing so many Ravensburger's puzzles recently in preparation for Worlds. So you just notice that slight difference in the feel of it. And it was also, I thought very quickly as I was doing it, I realised it was going to be a lot trickier than I first thought, certainly when I approached it. But actually, that's fine. That was a good challenge. And I enjoyed it. It was, I sort of found myself after I was getting into it, jumping to different areas as I was going. There was kind of a chaos to it, but I quite enjoyed that as long as it's not too frenetic. And so that I was really started having fun with that, and I thought, and I think it's really good to do puzzles at the minute that really challenge me and they're making me think what I'm doing.
Yeah, that is definitely a great challenge. And then just in line with the topic of the day, you have also I think, mentioned some skills that you want to develop and that you have been training for Worlds, from what I know. Like, how has it been with the preparations? Like, what have you been working on? And like, yeah, like how is your progress so far?
Yeah, it's good. I think the key thing is doing, when I can, trying to do as many puzzles as I can of all different types. So, and I think I'm going to refer back to a bit to the UK Nationals earlier this year, where I was starting to feel good towards it. I was starting to improve in my speed, which sort of was pleasantly surprising. And then the individuals, you've probably seen the tea time one, all the teacups and kettles, totally caught me out, caught me off guard because I wasn't used to that sort of puzzle. And at the time I was very disappointed in my time, until I realised, like, okay, well actually this is a really good thing, because it's reminding me there's all different kinds of puzzles, and that's part of the preparation, is always trying to find something new to challenge you. And that's been good to do that, and always, rather than trying to go to familiar puzzles, keep looking for new things and keep looking for different styles. So yeah, so I've been trying to do that as much as possible. Certainly been trying to do as many of the sort of current Ravensburgers, because I think, there's always a good chance of of them coming up, which helps. But if not, it's still good practice. And then the key things, from the question, I think there was two key things I sort of talked about there, which was hand-eye coordination. So this is really about trying to make sure my brain and my hands are working in tandem. I've noticed as I'm getting older, that's really, really tricky. And my mind is certainly thinking about something, and before my hand's even done it, it's thinking about the next thing, and just dropping bits and flipping pieces I've already flipped, that kind of thing. So it's trying to get a good balance while trying to get faster. So that's that I think there's a bit of a getting myself calmer a bit there as well, maybe, and also just accepting I can't be as fast as I used to be. But that's quite a good one, and just really sort of trying to do that so I can because I've had some puzzles where I do, because I'm not, where I move my hand in the wrong place, I've knocked whole sections over, or just shoved the puzzle and the corner falls on the floor, that kind of thing, which is obviously very it does not help with the timings. So that's a good one. And the other one is focus. My mind is really good. It wants to think about things all the time, all kinds of random things, all kind of hypothetical things. It can't stop. And I've really discovered, as I keep doing that with puzzling, I'm still puzzling. It doesn't stop me puzzling, but I realise it's really slowing me down, and I'm losing seconds or even minutes doing that. So just trying to go, focus on the puzzle, stop those intruding thoughts from getting in and distracting you from the task at hand.
And then these thoughts, they're not necessarily puzzle related. They're just like random things that come to your head.
It can be work. It can be just what am I going to have for dinner? It could be suddenly about something someone said to me last night that I'm like, oh, actually, that's a good thought. It's
I can actually identify with that very much. I have that happening to me all the time too.
Yeah.
Not easy.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if it's quite common in our hobby. So, but yeah, it's not. But I think, and so it's just that real. I think the thing was, I started doing that and realising, okay, well, there's more time I can save here and keep focusing on that. Something I've started doing, or not all the time, but keep remembering, is I have like a mantra kind of thing. So I just keep puzzling, and keep saying it over in my head. So I don't get distracted.
You can have that on your T-shirt.
Yes,
just keep puzzling.
I'll be honest, I took it from the Pixar movie Finding Nemo. It just keeps
That's exactly what
that's
I
how
was
I say it in
thinking
my head.
with the just keep swimming.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well is music really helps. So I've got as well, it's noise cancelling headphones with music that I really enjoy. Just helps me keeps me going. Actually isn't a distraction, just helps keep me enjoying it and focusing on the puzzle. So, but yeah, still a lot of work to do. Those thoughts still keep trying to find their way in. So
you might need to wear like a foil helmet. Like, no. Thoughts stay in the head, and get
it's programmed,
just keep puzzling.
as funny as it sounds, it's a way of making you think about it and going, oh yeah, no.
There's anyway sometimes some bizarre costumes at puzzle competitions. So like the foil helmet wouldn't really stand out that much.
No, true. They wouldn't get the team for Worlds to do it. Yeah.
How is your team going to be? Who are your teammates?
Yeah, so I've got there's Claire Berwick, who I'm also going to be doing pairs with. So we've been yeah, it's been good. We've done a few practice sessions, and we did the pairs at the Dice Cup event I mentioned. And then there's Hannah Little, who is and I know we've chatted before, and she's done quite a few puzzle guzzles. And Andrian Richards, who's Richard, so he's in France. Now I've never actually met Hannah or Andrian in person, so the first time we're going to get together with practice is in Spain. So that's quite exciting. But it's been good fun chatting, catching up. We've got all the logo green and the t-shirts being printed, all that kind of fun. So yeah, that's going to be great fun.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be really an experience.
Yeah, we've no idea how well we'll do, but we would like to, it'd be great if we can qualify.
Yeah, well, it's understandable. Everyone is there to hopefully qualify for the next round.
My goal is to qualify for at least one event. That I'd be very happy with if I can get that from Worlds. So it'd be just, yeah.
Yeah, that is already a goal to strive for. It's pretty motivating. And then I hear that you're also organizing a marathon, and we would like to hear more about that.
Yeah, sure. So we've got this is with another person I pair with sometimes, Charlotte Kirby. He does quite a few competitions, and we were just, we chatted a few times about this, and just really liked the idea of the puzzle marathon. It was great to see, obviously, the one in Trier recently. I just thought, well, there's none in the UK, so although we won't be taking part because we've done it, we just thought, let's give it a go. Let's get one going, which is really exciting. So it's going to be the Great British Puzzle-thon, which I think is a fantastic name. Charlotte came up with that. I'm not going to take credit for that. We're hoping around sort of middle of next year, maybe May sometime. We're just waiting to confirm the venue and make sure that's going to be the right time and get that in place. But yes, so very excited about that. And now we're just we're working through all the tasks and realizing just how much work is going to go into it and to get ready. But that's great. So yeah, that's really excited about that. I've been really keen to get involved more and sort of try and run some events to help grow the hobby. I think I started just over 2 years ago, just as it was sort of only just coming. It felt like it just started to really become a thing in the UK, and so yeah, it'd be great to keep growing that and see the UK. Really,
which part of the
a
UK
lot of
will it
events
be
going.
in?
Yeah, that's
So
what I wanted to ask too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're hoping it's going to be in Amersham. Basically, it's just outside London, sort of I'd say northwest side, which is good because actually it's reachable by the train line from London. So we thought that was a really good part of it, especially as they haven't really been in the big events down south yet that I know of anyway. So yeah, and hopefully, really hoping that we can get some international teams as well. So
yeah, that would be the next question. How accessible is it from an airport?
Yeah, so I think and that's the thing, and I think that's the thing why being near London does help a lot. So you have you got the main Heathrow Airport is a big one for that, and I think the nice thing with London, even though it's not near Heathrow Airport, it's because of all the train network, the underground, and everything. It's really not that difficult to get to. You can get there in no time. So yeah, we're hoping that will be a big benefit. Even see some of you guys.
I'm afraid that I might turn up there.
Yeah.
because as I was saying, like, I'm always looking for excuses to go to the UK. So like a puzzle marathon would definitely be worth my while. It would be great.
Yeah.
So I would be. Is there anywhere where people can find out like when it's going to happen, if it's going to be published? Like, are you going to set up a website or?
Yeah, so we're going to have some sort of. I think we're definitely probably going to have a website, and we'll definitely make sure that we promote it. It's being supported by the UK JPA, which is great. I'm talking to them, so we'll definitely be promoting it through their Facebook page as well and their website, so we'll be able to find it on there. And yeah, no, I'm confident we'll have our own website as well with information, links to the tickets, and more about it. So.
Great. So hopefully there's going to be news coming out through the UK Jigsaw Association.
Yes, that's it. Yes, yeah.
If
So yeah,
nowhere else.
UK Jigsaw Association. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's great. It's really exciting because they've got, yeah, I'm sure you've seen they've got some exciting events coming up as well. So it's going to be a busy year. So
Yeah, well, because like puzzling is getting so big, like I think everywhere, and people are really getting the taste of also like hosting events. So thankfully, it's getting more of a variety in events as well.
yes, yeah, yeah. I think that's yeah, it's good. Like, sort of, we're gonna. I think it's good to see that and that, hopefully encourage other people. So I think one of the big things with the puzzle pod is it will be a competition. If you want to go and heads down, get the fastest time you can. If you just want to come along and have it with your friends and family and enjoy puzzling, great. It's a celebration.
Yes, that is definitely like a very, very good sentiment. With marathons especially, it's more about the enjoyment
Yes,
for most.
yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. It does seem that way from what I've seen.
Are you going to participate in a marathon before your event?
I'd like to if I can. I'm just waiting to hear. There's a possibility of another one that I've heard about that might happen in November in the UK. So if that does, I'm hoping to get along to that one. So yeah, I just don't want to. It's not mine to announce, so I don't see anything definite. But yeah, so if I can do that, would be great.
Yeah, that actually sounds super exciting. Where would that be?
I think it's going to be Blackpool.
So where would the nearest airport be to Blackpool?
Ooh, it's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Manchester. But I'm not. I'm rubbish at geography, so somebody might be shouting out or commenting, going, "No, no, no."
So somewhere in the UK, there's going to be a marathon in
Yes,
November. That's the main point. If someone is determined enough, they can find it.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and I'm absolutely sure it'll be on the UK JPA site again once it's announced.
Fantastic. Just,
Yes, well, yeah.
yeah, just have one more question. How did you get into speed
Yeah.
puzzling?
Yeah, I think very similar to a lot of people. It was I've got some. I've always enjoyed jigsaw puzzling. Grew up with it. You know, as my dad was a big puzzler. So I'd always do maybe 2 or 3 puzzles a year. Got some for Christmas a couple of years ago, and just thought, oh, let's see what's on YouTube about puzzling. And the first thing that came up was Karen Puzzles covering the last World Championship, and I just literally started watching it. The idea was going to have it on while I was doing the puzzle. The puzzle didn't happen. I just got engrossed watching it, and I was like, "This is amazing!" And I think this is something that would really appeal to me. So when I got some 500 pieces, because I'd never touched 500 pieces before. For me, it was always 1,000 pieces or more. Who does 500 pieces? I don't even know why they make them. Was my attitude, and just got hooked instantly.
Yeah, so will this be your first Worlds? Or did you
It
go
will,
last
yes.
year?
That's right, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I did go last year because I was still not sure if I was going to be sticking with the hobby at that time. I wanted to give it time. So yeah, very excited.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, then, yeah, it's going to be exciting. Your dreams will come true. Seeing you at the Dome in 2 weeks and representing Britain. So,
Excellent.
yeah, come over and say hi, and we look forward to seeing
Yeah,
you on the
will do.
live stream, seeing how you puzzle, what puzzle you get.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
What
See the
puzzles,
reactions.
plural.
Yes, yeah. It's going to be really interesting. We're doing just a quick one. Me and my players partner are practicing Saturday. We're each going to choose 2 puzzles that the other one doesn't know, and then the other person has to choose, and we're going to do them both and see which one comes out quicker, just to help.
Oh, that's a fun way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for chatting with us, Zach. And yeah, well,
Yeah,
was your night tonight? You got on the podium, so
yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Great. Thank you both. It was good. Yeah. Thank you. I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Thank
have
you.
a good evening. Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, so we have 74 finishes so far, and we still have several people still puzzling. So those that look like they're closest to finishing soon will be Connie, Marie, Julia, Maria TB, Miriam, and Hagar. But yeah, we still have 14 minutes, so still we're going to see a lot of puzzling done before then. So we hope we see a lot more finishes. And now would be a good chance to, have a chat with Freya. Hello. We can't hear you.
You also can't hear me because my microphone is off.
No.
Yeah.
Freya, can you say something? Oh,
Aw.
no. Maybe you can just log out and hop back in again. Maybe that will reset it.
Or give permission to Google it for it. That's sometimes also an issue that like Google asks for like a special permission to use your microphone.
Mm-hmm. Look, Maria TB is looking really good there. Her pile is diminishing steadily.
Yes, exactly.
It looks like she's going through a tunnel or something. I can see flashing lights. Train is
Or
wobbling.
through a street.
Yeah, passing lots of street lights, but looking really good there. Keep going, Maria.
It's looking great.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, Freya.
Now you can't hear us? Can you hear us speaking now?
Now I can hear you speaking.
Yay! Very good.
I had the worst luck with like technology and stuff, so that was just yeah.
You should be a pro at this since you run the live streams in Denmark.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I know how my luck has been. The
Yeah.
last couple of competitions I've had some sound trouble. So
Oh no. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, so tell us, firstly, how your experience was today with this puzzle.
I enjoyed it. When I saw it, I was like, this reminds me of the burger puzzle, or the like, was it donuts? It was like sweets or candies or something like that. I don't know if it's the same like artist, but the background was very familiar to me.
Yes, it's the same series. They had 4 different artists using the same background.
Oh, right, so you can put them back to back.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I kind of knew that the background was my friend, but I still messed up in the beginning because I saw the like dark brown figure, and I was like, I'm gonna pull that because that like speaks to me. And it was easy to find in the pile, but there was just too many pieces, and the tail was confusing. So I was just staring at the pile for 2 minutes, not doing anything and just panicking. And then I just had to like switch, do something else. So I started with the bottom and then tried using the background going up. But yeah, that was it was a chaotic beginning.
Yeah, so tell us how you got into hosting online competitions in Denmark, and tell us what it's called and how people can find you.
So I just thought that we had a really good community in Denmark already. We're not a very big country, but we have a lot of speed puzzlers, like relative to how big a country we are. And I just thought, why not do something about it and actually make an online competition? And yeah, it's called Puzzle Race. And yeah, we're kind of like, we've had, the next one will be number 10 since February. And yeah, so it's like not as often as you guys, but like every 2 to 3 weeks we try to make one. And yeah, we've had like between 20 and 35 participants, which is amazing. And it's really, I feel like people start knowing each other better across the country, because at least I can start recognizing people's names in the EJJs and go, oh, that's this person, they did really well on the last one, I'm gonna see how they do now. And that was kind of one of the things as well, of course, having more possibilities to actually have competitions and do a lot of puzzles with people, but also just getting to know each other, because we have nationals once a year, and otherwise people are just some in Copenhagen, some in Aarhus, and people just are kind of separated. So I thought online is a good opportunity to actually meet each other and get to know each other apart from nationals. And at least when we went to nationals in April, I was like, oh, I recognize you. And people were like, I recognize your voice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you're helping to build the community in Denmark and just yeah, as you say, like nationals was once per year, so there needs to be some more events and some more opportunities the rest of the year. What I participated in one of your competitions. Thank you very much for inviting me. And what I was really impressed with is that you had a brand that I'd never seen before. And I think in the previous one, the one before that, you also had another brand that I'd never seen before. So even though I feel like, oh, I know like so many brands in Europe, and I'm happy to like make these little discoveries and then present them to like our participants, that, you know, the EJJ participants discover these new brands. But then like in your one, also in the Danish competition, also in the Polish and the Swedish, there's been brands that I've never had before. So I think that's really fun that you can still find things that I don't know about and surprise me.
Yeah, especially because at least the smaller brands, they are just as much a part of the community than that we are. The brand I think you is thinking about is Oleo. And when I wrote to them, they were so excited. It was just two women from France, and they were like, "Oh, that's so exciting! We're gonna watch the stream." And they were actually commenting during the stream, and they were just so supportive, and we kind of bonded over both kind of working on a Sunday evening. And when I got the order, they made a little postcard for me, like go small startup people. So it's just a nice community. Like even there's a lot of passion, even the manufacturers, is my experience at least.
Yeah, I find that the smaller the company are, the more excited they are about the idea of having their puzzle used in a competition. And yeah, I really like working with those types of people where you actually you feel like you're dealing with a person who loves the company and who loves the puzzles, and they just want to share that, and they just get so excited at the idea that that other people also want to share that with a wider community. Yeah, do you have any like special memory or a funny experience or something like that happened in your live stream or in one of your competitions?
Like brand wise, or just
from the whole experience of your 10 competitions so far?
I think what stands out is a recent experience. I think I mentioned it as well, the next competition, because it just stood out. It was one of the competitors whose husband was in the the comment section, and he just wrote the sweetest, kindest message, like, "I love you so much. You're so cool, and I'm proud of you for doing this, and you're an inspiration to your kids." And I actually kind of swelled up, or I got tears in my eyes reading it, because it was just so heartfelt and so nice to see people getting supported by those who are not necessarily part of the hobby, but they get it. Like, this is your thing. This is amazing that you're showing others, and especially your kids, that it's good to have something you're passionate about and to, be an inspiration.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Then I can imagine like a dad watching with the kids, like watching, oh, there's mum. Look, she's passing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look, she's going to finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, that sounds very, very touching. And how many people, like how many people can participate in your competitions? What numbers do you usually have?
I think the cap is usually 35 or 30 people, depending on the brand, because sometimes I can't really get enough puzzle of the same image, which is actually a lot harder than I anticipated. But a lot of times I'm like, oh, this is a wonderful puzzle, and then they don't have it that much in stock. So, but yeah, around that number.
And then, like for someone who doesn't organize online competitions, what I'm really interested in is how you manage that. Like, do you run it out of your house, or do you have like some sort of like place where you can store the puzzles as they are coming in? So like, how do you prepare the entire event? How does that happen?
So I have like a small warehouse, nothing compared to Michelle's, because I need someone to, because I'm not home in the daytime, so I need someone to like receive the goods, and then I wrap them by hand, each and every one. So I'm lucky it's not 100 people at a time. But that's just very cozy. Like I actually did a lot of wrapping when I was listening to the German nationals, I think it was, or some of the competitions. So that's like my favorite thing to do, is wrapping puzzles and listening to puzzle commentary. yeah, then I just sent them out to people, and people have been very supportive and very excited about it. So that's nice.
Just want to do a quick shout out. Maria TB on the train has finished her puzzle.
Yay!
Well done.
Yay, you did it.
Well done. The
Oh,
extreme puzzling.
extreme, taking puzzles to the extreme. We love it. Well, we hope you reach your destination wherever it is. It's already like getting close to 9 o'clock. So, yeah, thanks, Maria. We appreciate that.
That was really cool.
Where's the most interesting place that you've puzzled from, Freya?
I did one on a train going to Sweden. We went to the Swedish Nationals earlier this year. But I don't think that's that interesting. I haven't like climbed a mountain or anything exciting like we know some people have. Yeah, it's gotta be a train. I don't think I've done it outdoors even. I'm kind of a boring puzzler. There should be like a competition doing a puzzle at the highest like altitude or highest speed.
Yeah, there should be like like a list of like puzzle extremes where people can like submit things that they have done. Maybe a consideration for a future competition.
Yeah, maybe the criteria of the competition is you can't be at your dining table.
You can't be home.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we might have someone puzzling in their car with like a giant puzzle board like on their lap, or
Yeah.
inside a tent, various places.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us what's coming up next for you.
So I'm not going to Worlds, unfortunately. It didn't fit with work and other obligations. But yeah, so next up is just we have a competition on Monday, and then we're gonna have a break for all the people going to Worlds, and then I'm gonna just start planning the autumn, hopefully doing a lot of other just cozy puzzling and speed puzzling. We're going into puzzle season, so I mean every season is puzzle season, but
are there any like live events coming up in Denmark?
We just got nationals announced. It's going to be in February, I think. So it's not too far actually into the future. And then I think I think it was Olivia who's planning a small live event at a library as a preparation for Worlds, but nothing like huge with a live stream and stuff like that, as far as I know. I think that's it.
We have 25 seconds left, so go, Dora, Sari, Karin, Daniela, Hagar, Joaquin, Kristen, and Loretta. Get in a few more pieces. 10 seconds left.
Ooh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
And done.
Time's up. Oh, well done for puzzling for 2 hours. Oh, and Hagar was so close. Well, 6 pieces left.
Daniela was also so very close.
Oh, Karine also only has a few left. Oh, okay. So you can put that into the app as well. It says here there's a little box where you can say where it says you count your pieces, and then you can enter the number of leftover pieces into there. So whatever is 3 pieces or more counts as build, as assembled.
Great job, everyone. Puzzling for 2 hours is not easy.
Oh, come on, Hagar. Now you can put your pieces. Show us. Finish the puzzle now. You got to put those 6 pieces in. Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah, you can still do it on the live stream. We can watch it.
Yeah, and Daniela, come on, put those 9 pieces in. Put those flowers in and complete that.
Just place everything, yes.
Freya, yeah, so you said there's also like a small thing coming up in Denmark. Regarding the theme of the day, do we talk about what skills you would like to improve upon, or what would make you a better speed puzzler?
Well, I wrote perseverance in the sheet because for me, when I look at people puzzling, I see that the more they puzzle, the better they get. And I think in my mind, this sport is, I don't know if it's more so than other sports, but it's each and every person has different things that they need to get better at. And figuring out how to get better, you need to do it a lot. So, for instance, this puzzle, I think I did it in a different way than I did the first one with the same background, because I had now some experience with that type of background. And every time I do a puzzle, I'm like, okay. When we did with the woman in the kimono, at the end game, when I just needed to finish the top, I realized, like, way too late, there's a tree that I could easily see those pieces. Why didn't I pull that earlier? So in this puzzle, when I just had the sky missing, I was like, okay, is there something I can actually see? Oh, some pieces are wider. There's actually a gradient. So that experience kind of taught me something that I could use in another. And I know, because we are so different, some people are very good at busy puzzles, so they need to find out how to be better at not busy puzzles and vice versa, right? So I think that's the most important skill, is actually just to keep trying and keep going and figuring out what you need to learn in order to get better. Because everyone can get better at this by doing it a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. That yeah, as you say, the more experience you get, the easier it is to do harder puzzles, because you can kind of go back and tell yourself, okay, what should I be looking at? Is there something I'm missing here? Should I be looking at the background? Is there a gradient here? You know, is there something that I'm missing that I can basically switch focus? I think that's a good thing to do, is be able to to switch focus. Like, are you looking at the details, or are you looking at the background, and then be able to just to switch that. Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you saw my message and came back. And yeah, can you tell us again the name of your your Instagram handle, so that people can find you if they would be interested in joining the competition?
So it's called Puzzle Race, and the the Instagram is called Puslestudio, which is Puzzle Studio in Danish. I will write it in the comments because it's a mouthful.
Is it Puslestudiet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that's all right. It didn't let me do that for some reason. I typed it in. Okay. I'll put it in there without the plus sign. Maybe they didn't like that. Puslestudiet. Yes. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Freya. And
thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed the puzzle, and we'll see you another time. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. And thank you to all our participants for puzzling along, for and trying to finish. And sorry you didn't, but yeah, it looks like we have everybody's time now. Yeah, Dora and Sari Kristen. Yes, we have your pieces. So we'll end the live stream here. And yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks to everyone who commented on the live stream. Bye, Dora. And bye,
Thank you,
Kristen.
everyone.
And yeah, see you next Thursday, only in 2 days' time. See you in 2
See you
days.
on Thursday.
All right. Thanks, everyone.